Good evening and welcome to World News. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And we begin tonight with the dangerous Arctic blast gripping a huge portion of the country and now causing a state of emergency. A fresh round of lake effect snow pushing record snowfall totals up to 6 feet in parts of upstate New York and Pennsylvania. Piles of snow, you see it right there, as high as rooftops. And when the snow finally stops, here comes the cold. Already teeth-chattering temperatures set to sink further into sub-zero territory. The conditions on roads during this busy holiday travel week, very dangerous. And this storm system responsible for fatal car accidents in both Kansas and Missouri. And a small plane skidding off the runway there in Indiana. Wind chill advisories in effect across New England tonight. We'll get to Rob Marciano for more on that forecast. But we begin tonight with Alex Perez in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Tonight, with much of the country in a deep freeze, the Great Lakes are battling a record-breaking, bitter onslaught of snow. Oswego County, New York, now under a state of emergency. Redfield getting a record-shattering 62 inches of snow.
This is a little too early compared to what we normally get. You can't do nothing about it. Move it.
In Lorain, New York, firefighters tunneling their way into this home to rescue a woman trapped inside. Residents struggling to dig out and crews struggling to keep the roads passable.
It's coming at times faster than we can keep up with it.
In Erie, 65 inches of snow and still coming down. Nasir Al-Dumani spent most of the day digging out his family's 2 cars, trying to keep up with Mother Nature this week. He says a losing battle.
We're drowning in snow. This is the best way I can put it.
Crews coming from as far away as Pittsburgh. The National Guard called in too. One problem that officials here in Erie are dealing with, mounds of snow that turned out to be cars buried in. Owners just unable to get to them. Icy roads causing more than 40 accidents in Kansas City alone. In Michigan City, Indiana, this plane skidding off a runway. Luckily, no one was hurt. And then there's the bone-chilling cold. Residents wearing winter gear indoors after 40,000 people in Cleveland lost power overnight.
This is the stuff that makes you stronger. I just keep on telling myself that.
Warming shelters open from Chicago to Boston and in Minneapolis, where the thermometer read -4, but it felt like 21 below in some spots. That brutal cold turning Minnehaha Falls into a frosty icescape.
And tonight, Alex Perez braving the cold for us, joining us live now from a mountain of snow there in Erie, Pennsylvania. Alex, that city got as much snow in the past several days as they usually get all winter?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. They usually get about 100 inches of snow here in Erie all winter. So far, they've gotten 102 inches just in December alone. As for what happens for these massive mounds of snow like this one piling up all over town, officials here say they just haven't gotten to that point yet. A long road ahead. Tom?
Clearly 102 inches so far. All right, Alex, our thanks to you. And those frigid temperatures tomorrow morning expected to feel up to 22 degrees below zero with wind chill in some parts. Let's get right out to ABC News senior meteorologist Rob Marciano, who's out in the cold. And Rob, it is bitter out there tonight.
It is, and as you mentioned, it's going to get worse. The good news is that the lake effect snows, most of them will shut off. The bad news, that's because of its wind shift out of the north. So more cold air is coming in. Wind chill advisories, as you mentioned, are up. But look at some of these numbers in the morning. They are alarming across northern New England. 30 below in Burlington and Caribou. It'll feel like 17 below in Boston, below 0 in New York City. And during the day tomorrow, it really doesn't warm up a whole lot. Barely above freezing in New York and Philly, and 13 below in Albany. How about New Year's? A New Year, no, we're not warming up either. Well below 0 for wind chills once again, and the pattern is such we might see some snow across the southeast on New Year's Day.